No, we're not playing first. Man, that's frustrating. I mean, I'm not saying that I know definitively we could have done something, but we just, oh, so close. I'll probably go back and, man, if it weren't for the point we lost to Phyrexian Rager, we would have won. Maybe if I had played that skin render earlier on the Thopter, yeah, that's probably what I should have done, and then played the Rager the next turn. But the thing is, I really needed to make the land drops right away, because I didn't know, how many turns I was going to have. And, so if I skin render there, then he probably just turns the slag right away. I don't know, it depends on if he already had it. Jeez, that's gonna bug me forever. We actually drew the mountain too, so we were live to any land and we had it. We just well, Kuber, if you're watching this, you now know how close to death you were. Also, good game because you played pretty well with your birthing pod sickness. It'll be interesting if he goes for birthing pod if I want to revoke existence or not, because if I revoke existence it and then just lose to Thopter Assembly, that's no fun. But if I don't, then he can just birthing pod up a bunch of awesome stuff, and that also seems not very fun. We'll just swamp go here. We do have Mr. Blinding Soul Eater, who I do not think I've drawn thus far. Plague Mirror. Alright, so he's got some infect, like a little infect sub-theme going on there. With Rotwolf and the Fallen Ferromancer and whatnot. I don't think he'll actually get us with it, but maybe. Might just play Birthing Pod right here, and then we're really gonna be up against it. Fallen Ferromancer. Okay. Can't do anything about that. Actually doesn't bother me too much. Like, he's not gonna infect me most likely. It'll take up a lot of his mana to use it. So we're definitely gonna play this mountain, and then we could either play Pristine Talisman to be assured of a 4th mana source and the ability to play something next turn, or we could play Phyrexian Rager, and I think I like Phyrexian Rager because it can block the Plague Mirror. We don't want to just take Infect if we can help it against the guy with Ferromancer. I mean, it does kill us in 10 hits. And board presence is always nice. We can pressure him a little bit if he insists on playing little tiny dudes. And Skin Render is a good one to draw. When we get our second swamp, we'll probably be happy we have that. And if he wants to bash with Plague Mirror and trade it and his Ferromancer tap and 2 mana for our Rager, we will let him. He's probably just going to play Birthing Pod. Ooh, Razor Swine. So he has more than an Infect sub-theme. He has like an Infect, I guess, theme. Swamp? Okay. That's just offensive. So he gets to ping us end of turn. He's gonna ping our Master Splicer if we play it. This guy's gonna be annoying to deal with. Alright, we're definitely making our land drop. If we can get Phyrexian Crusader down, I think we won't have to worry about this stuff anymore. So we really just need to get our second swamp online. Next turn, if we do nothing, he can shoot us. He can shoot us or our Phyrexian Rager. Either way, we're taking the hit from this. And if he follows up with like Rotwolf, we could be in trouble. We play Master Splicer and he shoots it, but then we still have the Golem. Or we can play Pristine Talisman. Let's just play Master Splicer, because an extra colored mana isn't going to help us, and in this situation, extra life gain is not really going to help us either. We need to draw a swamp. Like I said, when we draw the second swamp, then his Infect guys will not be a problem, because we'll just skin render the Ferromancer and then play Crusader, and that should be the end of that. And we can get to the next level of the game, which is going to be dealing with his golems and assemblies. I think at this point we just let him go nuts with Birthing Pod, because we can handle golems, we just can't handle Thopter Assembly, and I just think that's the better play. Ooh, Blight Widow too? That's just gross. So he got all the goodies we passed. Did not attack representing the Ferromancer pump. That's interesting. And we didn't get there. Well, we can play Pristine Talisman plus Blinding Soul Eater, and I think that's probably our best play. There's a lot of stuff that needs skin rendering right now. Unfortunately, we only have one. The good news is he isn't really a poison deck, so from what I've seen, like, he just seems to have a lot of these guys. Like, all these guys are fine in non-poison, so yeah, I'm not at all bothered. He's gonna shrink our golem here, I think. Because then that lets him first strike and turn our guys into chumps. I don't think he's gonna infect us. Yeah, that's fine. So unless he has a way to deal with the Soul Eater, which he might have a turn to slag he wants to use on it, then it's gonna keep him from infecting us now pretty handily. What we really can't deal with is this guy shrinking all our dudes for free, because we're so far behind on tempo due to our crappy mana base that this guy's getting to really get value on us. I think if he bashes with Razor Swine and Blight Widow, we just take it and hope he doesn't have Untamed Might, which would be pretty sick. He declines to attack, so he clearly is intending to just use his infect guys defensively, because he had some pretty good attacks there. Alpha Tyrannax, you say? Alright, maybe he has that grafted exoskeleton that we shipped. Yeah, remember the Fallen will be good eventually, if we can get there, because it can get back our Skin Render and our Splicer. But for now, I don't think it does us any good. For now, we're just going to play this Necropouncer because it makes him use the Ferromancer on it, or we get to chump block, and either way, I'm fine with that. Yeah, we just really need that second swamp. It's something that we discussed early on when we were making the mana base, which is that, you know, these mountains would be plain swamp, and we would be just fine right now, but Red Sun Zenith, I believe, even though we've yet to cast it, is a card that makes the splash worthwhile. Maybe he has Triumph of the Hordes. Like, it would make sense with a lot of golems and such. We're not going to tap his guy because I kind of want to let him attack however he wants this turn so that I can see what his plan is. Like, if he doesn't send with any of the infect guys again, then I know that he's just, you know, dinking around with us, like using them defensively. Here, I'm going to go ahead and... I could block with the Germ. Okay, so what is my best line? My best, like, if I draw a swamp, I can Skin Render the Ferromancer and then use the Blinding Soul Eater to stop the Tyrannax. So where does the Necropouncer fit into that? It doesn't. But if I... Yeah, he could have turn to slag as well. Although I don't know why you wouldn't just turn our Germ to slag and kill the Necropouncer. So I'm gonna guess he doesn't have turn to slag. If I don't draw the whatchamahoosit, then he's going to shrink Blinding Soul Eater or kill the Germ anyway. I think I'm just gonna take this.